San Diego surf culture began in about 1916 with Charlie Wright. Charlie learned to surf from the Duke Kahanamoku, who came over from the Hawaiian Islands. So Charlie began surfing because of his inspiration from the Duke, and took a template off of the Duke's board and began building his own boards, and also taught surfing and was a lifeguard. So San Diego surf culture right around 1916. Women's surfing began same time as the guys were surfing. Women and men were surfing alongside each other back at the very beginning of when surfing started. The women and men would be out surfing naked, just nice and free, and warm water. Surfing kind of had a dip down when the missionaries came and stopped everything Hawaiian. Another revolutionary part of women's surfing was the surfboard. There was a group of guys and girls surfing in Malibu, California. When the boyfriends made boards for their girlfriends, they made them smaller, lighter, thinner, and so the girls were just ripping on these smaller boards. They were called the Malibu chip boards.
San Diego has a very rich surf history. We don't know the exact beginning of surfing in San Diego. We do know that there was a young man who had a surfboard that came from Hawaii in around 1910 to 1912. We have the surfboard on display in the museum. The first recognition of surfing through the newspapers came through the relocation of George Freeth, a lifeguard, a Hawaiian gentleman who was in Los Angeles, who came down to San Diego in about 1915, relocated down here, helped set up the lifeguard system, and was an active surfer here until his death from the flu in 1919. We do know that Duke Kahanamoku put on surfing exhibitions in San Diego in 1916. So some people at the beach picked up on these two gentlemen, Freeth and Kahanamoku, and Charlie Wright was an early San Diego surf lifeguard, and he certainly enjoyed surfing, made a surfboard a la style of the Hawaiian plank, and he was out there in the water a bit. But it still didn't take off for years and years. It took a man who relocated from San Francisco to San Diego. His name was Emil Sigler. Emil is 100 years old today and still alive and alert and full of wonderful memories and recollections about surfing. He borrowed that old Hawaiian plank in the middle 1920s and the late 1920s, started surfing on it. Then he began to attract attention because he became a regular fixture surfing in Mission Beach area, and several other young men caught the bug. So who surfs?
I don't surf, but
Little voice in the corner.
yeah, I've always been interested in it, but
Yeah.
I went out once
Yeah.
back like 3 years ago, and I ended up falling off and ended up getting caught in a wave and gashed my head pretty bad. And I was like, well, I'm gonna kind of hold that back a little bit, maybe.
And Julie is an active surfer, and she probably has surfed the most popular places up and down the coastline and the world. Julie has surfed the world. So she has some very specific input as to where the waves are.